Boone and Lex back on the trail. Getting ready to start at the Appalachian Approach Trail at Amicalola Falls. I'm going to be doing maybe about the first 100 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and Lex is joining me for the first couple, and then has to go back to school. So we'll keep you posted on the adventures. This will be my first solo backpacking trip somehow, but glad to start it off with Lex. The top of Amicalola Falls. Official day one of hiking solo on the Appalachian Trail. Currently on the Springer Approach Trail, heading north. Woke up to a good bit of rain last night and this morning, and got a little wet. Lighter got left outside overnight, so I'm gonna have to find a new one of those if I want any hot meals this trip. And staying pretty comfortable in the rain right now with raincoat and rain skirt, but hands are a little uncomfortable, so don't know how much I'll get to video today. We're hoping to make it to a shelter tonight and kind of let some things air out and dry out. The rain should hopefully stop this afternoon. We'll check in when we can. Good morning, it's day 2 on the trail. I slept at Gooch Mountain Shelter last night in my tarp. Met some good people there. Borrowed a lighter, which was nice. I was able to get some hot food, some hot coffee. Got an early start this morning, and I thought it was needed because it got down to about freezing last night. So once that happened, it was a little bit uncomfortable to sleep, and so just decided to get up and get going. Caught the sunrise, and now that I'm moving, things aren't too bad. My feet are probably the worst part, but they're warming up. So looking forward to getting a good view from Blood Mountain today. It's supposed to be really clear and really pretty, so stay tuned for that. It's definitely warming up out here, so makes it easier to use my hands in video, so hopefully get some more good footage today. But when the hands are cold, my gloves got a little wet last night, so drying them out from the rain yesterday, and so I've been using the old stick your hands down your pants trick, which doesn't look super good, but super effective. So just keep that one in your back pocket. top of Blood Mountain. On top of Blood Mountain, going into the shelter. It's the middle of the day, so no one's here, but a fireplace that no longer works. Plenty of space. Mountains Crossing at Needles Gap. Here we go. About 21, 22 miles in for the day. Just coming out of Hog Pen Gap. Just got some water. Thankfully, I've been the tip as a hiker, not as a doctor. I've not been hiking with water today, which works out most of the time. And you just fill up and drink when you get to the source, and the AT has a good number of sources. But I just went a good bit there without some water, and I was thirsty. But the trail provided when I needed it. But it does save a lot of weight when you're not carrying that 2-3 liters of water the whole time. So, like I said, tip as a hiker, know your next water source. But as a doctor, I should probably tell you to have water with you at least a little bit most of the time. Good morning. It's the start of day 3 out here by myself. And man, watching the sun come up over the mountains just never gets old. It's a beautiful thing. I did about 27 miles yesterday on the trail, and camped at Low Gap Shelter, which I think that was my most miles on the trail with the backpack ever. So it's nice to have that one under my belt. And it didn't get as cold last night, so my shoes were dry, so my feet were much happier this morning. Had a chance to make some coffee. I bought a new lighter, so all is well on that front. And the weather is just supposed to be clear in the 50s, and it's going to be another gorgeous day out here in Georgia. So stay tuned for more scenery. I'm about 22 miles in, 7,000 feet of elevation gain for the day, and putting my legs up against the tree because they're really tired, and this is the only way I can feel a little bit better. So hoping for a few more miles today. Thankfully it's mostly downhill from here, but yeah, legs are beat. This is what I'm carrying on the trail, Zimmerbilt Quick Step. It's a nice 36 liter bag. I got all my goodies in there, good stretch pocket, and then I also got a Osprey fanny pack to fit all of my fun toys. Up on top of Rocky Mountain. Hello, morning of day 4 out here, and again, gorgeous sunrise. Yesterday did just over 28 miles, just over 8,000 feet of elevation gain. Kind of kicked my butt and my legs were toast at the end. And then in camp, I was camping with this other hiker, Will, and we found a lost dog in the woods. And we called his owner, and I was like, just tie him up, I'll come get him in the morning. So we tried to do that, and he like chewed through the cord like 6 different times. And it was just a mess. But eventually we called the owner, and owner came and got him about 10 p.m. And after that we were able to get some sleep, but certainly not the evening I was expecting out on the trail. Made it here to the North Carolina-Georgia border. There's Georgia. And there's North Carolina. So getting closer to Asheville. It took me about 72 hours, just a little bit less to get here. Whoop whoop. Up top on Stand-in Indian. Just finishing up day 4. About even out at about 27 miles, just north of Betty Creek Gap. Gonna fill up on a little water, set up tent, and get the bear bag hung before it gets too dark. Welcome to day 5 on the Appalachian Trail. You don't get this by sleeping in. This is what the AT does to you. Going straight up. On the fire tower of Elbert Mountain. Glorious sunrise. A little bit windy. Made it to Rock Gap Shelter, and doesn't look like anyone is here this morning, but there's space for a few people there. And then you can see in distance over there, there's the Privy. Well, I'm about a quarter of a mile from Winding Stair Gap parking lot, where Lex is gonna pick me up. It's been a good 4.5 days and covered about 117 miles. The line to, I said my feet weren't sore. My Achilles definitely also need a break, so looking forward to getting a shower and getting some good rest and ice and real fruits and vegetables. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Appalachian Trail section hiking.